All right, welcome to our fourth and final, final video about sounds in Portuguese. There are, the fact that there are four videos that I'm doing about sounds should tell you there are so many sounds in Portuguese. It's partly what makes it such a great language, I think. But a lot of these sounds we just don't quite duplicate in English, or very rarely do we use them. And so it just takes practice. It just takes getting used to what these letter combinations, the sounds they produce, okay? But I've tried my best to explain this a little bit in writing. Now I'm going to hopefully do a much better job of explaining it through speaking. But in Portuguese, you can see the letters, the sounds, the word examples from left to right here. In the Portuguese language, you have a bunch of words that end in al, el, il, ol, or ul. Now, just like the last video that we did, generally in Portuguese, the emphasis on a word comes in the second to last syllable, generally. But when there is a distinct accent mark over a letter or a letter combination, the emphasis on the word comes in that syllable, wherever the accent mark is, okay? But it's the same. It doesn't always have to have an accent mark. I know it's kind of confusing, but it doesn't have to have an accent mark to be the emphasis part of the word either. And those examples are in these al, el, il, ol, and ul. You will see that if these appear on the end of the word, then the accent or the emphasis of that word is on the last syllable, okay, where they appear. So here we go. The al has an ow sound. You don't want to pronounce the l, okay? The l is very, very minimal, if at all, okay, in the sound of the word. So the al is an ow sound. The word example is quintal. Quintal. It's not quintal. If you say that, or really pronounce the L on the end of any of these words, then people know that you're not from around here, okay? So, quintal, quintal. The EL is an ew sound. Hotel, hotel. Not hotel, hotel. Kind of swallow that L. The IL is an ew sound. Brazil, Brazil. We as Americans want to say Brazil, Brazil. It's Brasil, Brazil. All right. The OL is an O sound. Sol, Sol. Okay, which means sun. Sol. The UL is an U sound. U. Azul, Azul, which means blue. Again, if you do pronounce the L, it's got to be very, very minimal. Basically, you don't pronounce it, okay? Azul. So, and you can see that those are where the emphasis are on the end of the word when those letter combinations appear at the end of the word. So, this just takes practice. It's just seeing these letter combinations on the end of a word, getting used to saying them, and getting used to pronouncing them the right way. Now, words ending in am, em, im, om, or um, any of the vowels with an m on the end, and there are a lot of words and verb conjugations that end in these with these letters. The key to these is, I always tell my students, and they laugh at me, but I always tell them, even though there's an M on the end of the word, you don't pronounce it like an M in English. When you pronounce M's in English, you close your mouth. Right? You don't want to do that in Portuguese when the M's on the end of the word. Let's explain it here. You'll see what happens. So let's start with AM. It's almost like an sound, but you swallow the G. And you're like, well, there is no G. I know, but it sounds like there's almost a faint G in there, but there's not, okay? So the example is falang, falang, okay? you kind of perceive almost a little G sound, but you don't close your lips. Keep your lips open. Keep your mouth open. Fa lung. Fa lung. All right. Words ending in em have an ang sound. Komang. Komang. Im is an ing sound. Sing. Sing. That means yes. It's almost like you're saying sing, like we sing in English, but it's sing. Nasally, ing. All right. The om is an ong sound. Song. Song, which means sound. Um is an sound. Algum. Algum. All right, which means some. So I don't know if you can you perceive that is falung, komang. Don't close your lips, don't close your mouth, keep it open. Sing. I have a lot of people want to say seem. Seem. It's not seem. It's sing. Sing. All right, keep your lips open. Song algum. All right. So this is I know this is kind of a lot in a short amount of time, but finally the words, any words that end in o, and there are a lot of them in Portuguese, and verb conjugations as well, basically pronounce it like a double O in English, like an oo sound. So a word example is falo, which means I speak or I say. Falo. It's not follow. It's falo. Falo. All right. Can you perceive the oo sound? So one more time, going down the list, top to bottom of all these words. Here we go. Quintal. Hotel. Brasil. Sol. Azul. Falam. Comem. Sim. Som. Algum. And falo. I hope this helps. If you can learn to pronounce these correctly, you just sound so much more like you know what you're doing in the Portuguese language. So hopefully this has been useful, and we'll see you on the next video.